from LetsLocalise here, and this is the first time I've done a live for a couple of weeks. I was looking back over my Facebook lives and I realised that I did the first live just about 4 weeks ago on the 21st of October. And on that first live, I was welcoming the fact that we had 40 schools on our platform, and I was really excited about that. Now, that was only 4 weeks ago, and today I am really pleased to say that we have welcomed the 60th school to our platform. So we have grown by 50% in the last 4 weeks, and this is just really exciting. We've got 60 schools on board now, and we've got another whole queue of schools that are just waiting to join us. And so I wanted to say a big welcome to Furham Primary School in Rotherham, who is our 60th school that has joined today. We're very much looking forward to working with you. We're very much looking forward to helping you connect with your community and to just enjoy all of the good stuff that you can have as part of Let's Localise. So let me just tell you a little bit about what's been happening over the last couple of weeks. Even though we're in lockdown, and quite frankly, November is not my favourite month, and lockdown is not making it easier, and there's a whole lot of bad stuff out there in the world. But within the Let's Localise family, I'm just seeing so much community spirit and people coming together to help schools and to help communities, and it just makes me really happy. I'm very well aware that so many events that would normally take place at Christmas are having to be cancelled. There aren't going to be any pantomimes this year. There aren't going to be any end of term concerts where you can actually go to the school. There aren't going to be Christmas fairs. And you could get really quite sad about that. But at the end of the day, what I'm seeing is that our schools, instead of getting sad, are getting creative. We have an online quiz platform, and so many schools have run online quizzes, and we've got so many of them this week as well. And in fact, I will tell you a little bit more about that later. We've decided to have a national online Christmas quiz that everybody can join in, and it's going to raise funds for the school. So if you are a bit of a quiz monster, then we would really love you to come and join in with our online quiz. Again, I will mention it again later. We've had some schools have been looking at and testing out our bingo, online bingo function, and we should have the first of those events published for people to come along to in the next week or so. We also now have an online raffle possibility on the website. And so if you normally send home raffle tickets in book bags and you're wondering how you're going to do a draw this year with the Christmas fair, we can do it all online for you. So please get in touch and we'll let you know how that can happen for you. So just to sort of show you what exactly does all this community stuff do. Thing is, fundraising has two purposes in the real world. Yes, of course, fundraising brings in funds. That's of course why you want to do it. Fundraising brings in the extra money for schools, which they desperately need, because at the end of the day, the government is not giving any school as much money as it needs. So schools have always done fundraising, but it's more than just bringing the money in. Fundraising is about bringing the community together. When people have a concert, when schools put on a school play, a concert, a Christmas fair, the children get to show their skills, whether that's their crafts, whether they show their skills in manning a stall and doing buying and selling, whether they're performing, whether they're showing their artwork. And then parents get to come to the school and they socialise together and they get to feel part of the school community. And if parents feel part of the school community, then if the school then goes and asks for money, then parents are more likely to sort of say, oh yes, we feel part of the community, we're happy to contribute to the running of this school that keeps us so happy. And so that's why it's so sad that events in person are not running so much this year. But the online events, okay, they're not perfect. You don't get to come and see the artwork on the walls and all of that. But when a school has an online quiz, you still get the chance to feel like you're contributing to something, competing, maybe having a little bit of fun, taking your family and seeing if you can beat the teachers at the quiz. Last week, just as an example, we had a school and they had their online quiz, which was the first time they'd done it. They'd only joined the platform quite recently. They had the quiz and everybody was tweeting the next day about how the quiz had been fun and they'd really enjoyed it. And that day, the day after the quiz, the school put up a request on our platform. Could you please give us a little bit of money because we want to buy a Christmas tree for the children? And you know what? That campaign was up less than 2 hours and the parents had contributed towards the campaign, and the Christmas tree has now been ordered and it's on its way. And that's how community works. If you're entertaining and making people feel that they're a part of something, then if you do ask for a little bit of help, then they're more likely to join in. Now, if I'm speaking to you, it's possible that you're a parent of a child rather than an actual school user. And I'm sure from your perspective, you'd like to know that your school was doing something that you could get involved in, and that you could give a little bit of time, or that you could help your school to raise funds during this dreadful time and to do something. Well, there are a few things that you can do. If you're following this page, I'm assuming that at some point you've had some sort of contact with us. Maybe you're already connected with the school on this platform, or maybe you're just looking into it and perhaps thinking that you might like to become involved. There's two things that you can do for us right now that helps get this message across, gets our community to grow even bigger, and will just help schools and help us to get the message to more schools and help more schools to find help. So, two things. First of all, if you've enjoyed this message, please like it, and if you can, share it with some of your friends too. Let's see how far we can get this message of hope, because schools are really reaching out and they're fundraising and it's all happening. Christmas is not cancelled, or it doesn't have to be. So please share this message with your friends. Let's get more and more people to see it. Then the second part of the message is we are having an online Christmas quiz, which I told you about earlier. There will be 200 questions in the quiz. It's completely online. You can do it from your living room, and you can either have one device in your family and all compete together as a family against other families, or if you've got older children and you want to make a competition about it, then you can have 4 devices if you want to, and you can all compete against each other and see who can win on the quiz. We're asking for a small donation of £3 to enter this quiz. It's going to be fun. It's the last week of term, it's the week before Christmas. It's a fun way to spend an evening with your family. And what happens with these £3 is it's going to go to support 5 schools, and it will be the 5 schools that are nominated by the top 5 people in the quiz. So it is a bit of a competition. If you've done a quiz before, then you can come and compete with other quiz champions, and we're going to crown a champion quizzer of 2020. And that person will be able to nominate a school to receive a prize, and so will the person who comes 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. So although we're asking for a small donation, it's actually going to go and give some real help to some schools that are struggling this Christmas. And so I really hope that some of you will follow the link, which, depending on what device you're on, it might be above you, it might be below, it might be to the left or to the right. I'm not quite sure where the link is, but follow the link, click on it and sign up to join in with our Christmas quiz. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you'll get to see a little bit about how we help schools and the sort of things that schools can do, and you can join our happy family. And if you don't want to spend £3, and if you don't want to come to the quiz, at the very least, please like and share this message, pass it to as many other people as you can find, and tell them to like the page and tell them to follow us. And thank you very much for absolutely everything you've done so far, and thank you for helping to make this a really happy, lovely Christmas for a lot of schools that are struggling. Thank you all, and I hope to see you at the quiz.